Okay, we're on right now.
No.
Huh?
No, don't
We're
ask
on right now. There's thousands of people across Arizona, and you're causing trouble with the two guys here, and you're saying, Pat, ask Sabino.
Because he was a big brother at how old?
Okay.
Ask him.
All right, okay,
right.
all
That
right,
was my
all right.
point.
We're talking about one of my favorite organizations,
I know.
Big Brothers, Big Sisters. All right, Sabino, how old are you?
I'm 26 now, so I became a big when I was 20.
Okay, watch this. And how old are you, my dear?
I'm 29.
And you were a big sister for 20 years?
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, what a great organization. Father's Day's coming up. Laura Capello, as CEO, President of Big Brothers Big Sisters of Central Arizona. By the way, I should mention also that Sabino Vargas is a project leader at Vanguard and currently a Big Brother. I'm proud of both of you for the work that you do.
Thanks.
But I want to find out about, with Father's Day coming up, if Big Brothers are supposed to be substitute dads.
Absolutely not. We are actually just want our volunteers to act as big brothers or big sisters.
What does that mean?
It means a friend. It means a mentor. It means just someone to support their littles. It means someone to just hang out with them. It means someone to maybe work with them on their schoolwork. It means being a mentor. So definitely not. We don't want them to be a substitute parent. We just want them to be a friend and be a good role model.
There's a minimum requirement, is there not, for time spent?
Yeah, so typically the organization will ask matches to be together for a year. And when that first year flew by for Sergio and me, we wanted nothing to do with the minimum. We're out to be the longest match in the history of the organization, and that's still our goal.
Yeah, but
so
what
here we are
is the
6
longest
years.
match? Because you know what? Some time ago, somebody told me about a big brother who had a little brother who was something like
In his 50s.
Yeah.
And his big brother was like
70-something, wasn't he?
almost, I think 80s, and they still went out and said, this is my big brother, little brother. They met for dinner once a week.
Think you could match that,
Absolutely,
Sabino? What do you do
absolutely.
when you're with your little brother, who is how old now?
So it's actually, I want to send out a shout out to him. Today's his birthday. So today he turned 16.
And you got a close up? Okay, this camera right here. Go ahead, shout out.
Well, big shout out to Sergio. I know he's watching right now, so happy birthday to you. Happy 16th birthday.
16?
16.
When I get to be 16, would you adopt me and make sure that I have a big brother?
Of course,
Sabino?
Pat.
What do you do?
Of course.
What do you do?
We do anything and everything. We have a great time, and I introduce him as my little brother. There's nothing else that he is. We're brothers, and he introduces me the same way. So we do anything from sports to bowling to movies to library to just anything that brothers would do. He's learning how to drive now, so that's
Is that
that's
your
another tall order.
responsibility?
That is my responsibility.
Oh boy, welcome. Welcome to that world. When you're talking to aspiring big brothers, do you make recommendations about what it is that little brothers enjoy doing?
Absolutely. I mean, we pair our matches based on similar interests. So when we interview all the potential littles that come into our program and find out what they like to do. If they're into sports, they're into computers, you know, what we want to match them with their bigs that also enjoy some of the same things. And then we also have a lot of activities, because a lot of times our volunteers are like, well, what do I do? I have no clue what to do with them.
That's why I asked.
Right. So we actually, each match is overseen by a program specialist, which is a trained social worker that talks to them about, you know, the things that they can do together. We have activities through the organization.
But that's the good news. We really have to concentrate also on the other side of it, and that, in fact, heartbreaking as it is, there's a lot of potential little brothers who haven't been matched with anybody. They're sitting waiting by the phone.
A lot.
Oh, how many?
We probably have right now about a list of 300, and the
Waiting.
majority of them are boys, and most of them are in the West Valley.
What do you think the hang-up is?
I think that people maybe get a little nervous. They get nervous of the commitment. They get nervous of the responsibility.
But not the women.
No, the women, no, exactly. We have women in some parts of the valley that are actually waiting for little sisters. The women, we have women that are just quick to sign up. And for some reason, I think the men are a little bit more nervous, and that's why we want to make sure that it's very clear that they're not substitute dads. They don't have that kind of responsibility. They're there just to be a friend and a mentor.
Do you have big brothers who also have biological children of their own, families
Yes.
of their own?
Yes,
So they're
we
not
do.
all bachelor guys.
No, not at all. We actually have lots of ways you can be matched. You can be matched as a family. So I was a big sister, and I'm going to be a big sister again next school year. And my little sister was the same age as my daughter.
How does it work? Just go through the system. We've got 1 minute. I call you, I want a little brother, and I'm ready to make the commitment.
We have you fill out, there's some paperwork to fill out online. They call you up, they do an interview. We have to do background checks because safety is our number one. You know, we have to keep our kids safe. Background check, and then we have a match meeting. And it's conducted with a social worker. So it's you all meet, and you meet with the parent or guardian of the child, and then that social worker stays with you throughout the entire match.
Do you have to have a meeting also with the mom?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's not something, and we want the child, it's not something we want them to be like the mom says, you have to have this. If the child is not willing to be in the program, it's never going to work.
I love it. That's how you get in touch. That's how you take care of the 300 little boys who are sitting by the phone right now. They're not in school now. They're sitting by the phone waiting for a call from Big Brothers Big Sisters. You know what? It could be you. And you found out about it on the morning Scramble. You'll be very happy.